What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. You see the thumbnail, subscriber died trying. Did America kill God? Now, I had to ask this question, so I was looking at some things, and you start seeing people being religious. This is Sunday that I'm making this video, and I from time to time say how America is a godless country, and I reference the money. There's a new currency that's supposed to be coming out. It has George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses Grant, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, uh, Benjamin Franklin, and I think Jackson, if I'm not mistaken. No. Franklin, Franklin, Kennedy, da 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 da. Anyway, it's 6 notes, and 4 of the people on those notes were slave owners. One of them was a pedophile, and the other 2 were assassinated for trying to help, quote unquote, all of America. But pretty much all of them was racist. And this is the same money that you say put in God we trust on, and the same money that you'll give to the church for tithe and offering to give to God. So if your currency represents people who wouldn't be seen as right in the eyes of God, which you can make the argument most currencies from most countries or nations or continents, however you want to slice it, do that. By all means, make that conversation. But this going back to pay homage to people who aren't good people is a lot of as an American concept. That's been taken on steroids. So if this is the currency you giving to God, what God are we talking about? Then you have people talking about policies and politics and not just race, but right and wrong. And people, are selectively righteous people when it's beneficial to them, and they're selectively unrighteous people when it doesn't benefit them, and they're willing to let somebody else suffer because of it. So for me, I'm like, this country killed God. This country can't even acknowledge the Son of God in its proper in a historical view of what he actually looks like, because that's detrimental to the psyche of this country. So, this country lives a lie. What is God now? What is God? God is something that we use as a buffer, to make us feel good. We've used God in this country to ruin people's lives and tell them they're going to have a great afterlife while another person has a quote unquote great comfortable life. What I'm saying? I destroyed your whole life, but God is going to provide for you. It's like, y'all done killed God. Like, God is not in your minds, it's not in your hearts. God is just an abstract thing. And that's what it was. I was watching The Equalizer too. And he was like, there is no sin. It's just people who do stuff. And, I'm going to make a video about that also. So now, when it comes to, say, retribution, revenge, reparations, now the principles of God are inconvenient. They're inconvenient. People like to tug on people's heartstrings when they're in a situation where you actually got to pay the cost. And I find it interesting because for a country to be so heartless, but then, when it's time to pay up, want to be so heartfelt, it's kind of ridiculously asinine. It's selfish, to say the least. And now I'm looking at things like, what are we doing? What are we doing as a people? What are we doing as a country? And what have we always been doing? And it's always been lying. The Bible has been used to commit more crime against humanity and more crime against war crimes than anything else. You know, so and you can go back to the Crusades or whatever, but that's not the United States of America. But we're praying for people that kill people, and their children's and their children's benefits off the death and the blood, sweat, and tears of other groups. And we're supposed to come together and all worship the same God. And ironically, that same God looks like the same people that kill everybody. But it doesn't actually look like the God that we worship in real life. So I think, before America could go all in on this debauchery, it had to go all in on the concept of we need to kill God. Let's make God in our image. So, he can come and go as we please. And I think that's what's happening in our society. But you tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch you on the next one. Peace.